Today I'm going to show you a type of hair braiding style called cornrows. Cornrows is a simple style that can be done on any type of hair: fine hair, coarse hair, long hair, short hair, really straight hair, really curly hair. Cornrows can be accomplished. And they are a long-term style that can last for weeks and still allow you to wash your hair and keep it moisturized as you normally would. Now, because of the many braiding style options, you can have simple straight line designs or even complex geometric designs and still be stylish yet age appropriate. And cornrows are a really convenient style for if you're like me and you have a busy work schedule and you still need to maintain your own hair, along with if you have kids' hair to do or other family members. This would knock off a big chunk of your time it takes to get your day started. So the basic tools you will actually need to accomplish cornrows are combs. Any type of comb you need, so whether you have any type of comb will work. So whether you have one that has large teeth or one that has small teeth, any one will work. It just depends on which is convenient for you. And then an optional type of tool would be something to hold down the hair to keep it from getting in your way as you're braiding the hair. So if you want to use hair clips or rubber bands, then that will work, and I can show you more as I get into detail. So what I'm going to use for this demonstration actually is this type of comb. And you'll see it actually has small teeth on one end and then larger teeth on the other end. And I'll be using the teeth to part the hair into sections in order to braid it. And then I'll be using that same teeth to comb the hair so that it doesn't have any tangles when I want to braid it. So like I said, any type of comb will work. It's just more what's the convenience for you. So the first step after you have your tools and braiding the hair is to determine the style of braid that you want to do, because you'll be parting the hair in the form that you want the braid to take. So you'll want to know if you want large cornrows, small cornrows, if you want to have straight lines or curvy lines, and then if you want to go from the front or the back, from the front to the back of the head, or even from side to side, or any type of geometric designs you want to do. So for this demonstration, I will actually be doing straight braids as such, and they will be primarily this size. This will be considered a small braid, and it's going to go from the front of the head to the back of the head. So what I want to do then with my comb is I'm going to part the section according to the size and shape of the braid that I want. So I'll be starting at the front of the head, and I will begin parting the hair. And the part is actually separating the hair so that you get a clear line of the scalp. So as I'm braiding the hair, you'll notice you see a line of the scalp, and I'm going to braid that all the way to, or I'm going to part that, all the way to the back of the head. As I've made my part from the front of the head to the back, I can then do whatever I need to do to get this excess hair out the way. So that's what I mean in terms of if you want to use a hair clip to lay the hair down, if you want to use rubber bands to section off the hair. It really depends on the type of the hair and then how long it is. So for this demonstration, I will be using a rubber band, and I'm basically going to grab a section of the excess hair and I'm going to put it into the rubber band. And again, this is to keep the hair from coming down into the section that I'm braiding. And I would put another section into rubber bands right here. This will also help me have a better visual of the part that I just created. So now that I've secured the sides of the hair, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the section that I parted that is going to be braided, and I'm going to take a small section of that hair, just using my finger, and I'm going to separate it from the rest of the hair. And then this small section that I've just separated, I'm going to separate into 3 even sections. So here's 1, 2, 3. And however you choose to hold the braid, it's just a matter of what's comfortable to you. I'm able, because I have a little more experience, I'm able to hold it naturally through my ring finger and my middle finger. and then I just kind of secure it with my thumb so that it doesn't slide. But I've also been able to just braid with just 2 fingers, my pointer finger and my thumb. So whichever is convenient for you. So I have my 3 sections, and to begin the braid, I'm going to take the right strand and I'm going to go under the middle strand but over top of this left strand. So I have my right strand, I'm going to go under this middle strand but over this left strand, and then you'll notice that the right strand has now become the middle strand, and then the middle strand is now the right strand. So I'm going to repeat this process, but I'm going to start with the other side of the hair. So now I'm going to grab my left strand and bring it under this middle strand, and you'll notice now the left strand has become the middle strand, and then that middle strand has now become the left strand. And this is how you begin the braiding process. So now as you continue with the cornrow itself, when you grab that outer strand again to become the middle strand, you want to grab some extra hair to go in with that strand. So I've grabbed my right strand, it's now the middle strand, and in the process I've grabbed some hair from the rest of the parts that I've already sectioned off to be in this braid, in this cornrow. And I'm going to repeat that process, grabbing the left strand to become the middle strand, but however I'm going to grab some hair from the rest of the section to go with that middle strand. So you notice the key thing is that I always have 3 strands of hair, and that's how I begin the stitching process of the braid every time I add hair into it. And you always add hair into whatever outer strand that is going to become the middle strand. So I'm going to grab this right outer strand again. I'm going to grab some hair with it, as you can see here, and it's now the middle strand with hair. So again, I'm going to continue this, and as you become more experienced, you'll be able to actually grab the hair, the outer strand of hair, along with some excess hair, and not necessarily have to have a clear part as the amount of hair that you've taken, but still be able to use your finger to kind of section off so you still have the middle hair, and be able to grab that right outer strand and add hair to it in a more quicker pace. So you see I'm going to continue that process as I braid the entire cornrow in this particular straight design from the front of the head to the back of the head. And as I said, as you get more experience, you'll be able to go through just as smoothly, grabbing hair until you get to the back of the hair where you have no more hair to add into the sections. So as you get to the back of the hair and begin running out of sections to add to the hair, you're basically reverting back to the process you started when you began the braid. So I've come to the end of the hairline. There's no more hair to braid. As you see, I still have my 1, 2, 3 sections. And I'm just going to continue braiding those how I started, where I'm still grabbing the outer section, bringing it to the middle, grabbing the other outer section, bringing it to the middle, and just completing it all the way until the end of the hairline. And you notice here, we now have a cornrow braid. And like I said, these are easy to maintain, and as you get practice, you'll be able to switch up and do different styles, you know, braid from side to side, braid in circles, or any type of designs that you can come up with. So as long as you follow these simple, easy steps, you will have no problem, and you'll be catching on to braiding in no time.